Hey everybody, how's it going? This is mindful message number 2, and we're talking about how do you know how when you're watching tarot readings or anyone who's spiritual, like they say the chosen or the 144,000, how do you know if you are one of those? Before we get into this, if you're called to it at all, pretty sure you are one, because most people scoff at it or roll their eyes. But if you're finding yourself easily accepting it, guess what? It's that simple. You're probably called to it for a reason. But instead of looking at my mug today, the sky is so beautiful and blue. So let's look up at the sky for some of this. Maybe when I get to a prettier spot. I'm kind of at a dead end, but I don't know if you can see them. They're so fluffy and beautiful today. They're like cotton balls in the sky. Oh my god, hold on. Take a look at the sky behind me. It's like somebody painted that. It's so blue. You don't get that in New York City. Alright. Sorry about the crinkling paper. I know you all hate that. I try. But I just want to make sure that you get everything out of my dome. Let's get into it other than if you're called to it. A strong pull to Jesus or anything really religious. For me, it was my dad took me, I always grew up in the church. I was little going to Sunday school, but religion didn't really hit me until my dad made me go see Passion of the Christ. That movie fucked me up. I bawled for days like my dad died. And then I got into researching The Chosen and the concept that some believe the 144,000 are actually product of Jesus and Mary Magdalene's child. There's been a few leaks tightly tucked in the Vatican that Jesus did conceive a child before he was murdered. But not any faith will support it ever. Let them mock it. Let them. Because one day the chosen has a purpose. And all movies, granted, I'm not saying X-Men like we're all going to have superpowers like that. But I just want to show you the sky. So pretty, right? I get distracted from the clouds. But one day, you're all going to be called. It's going to be a very tough situation. Information is going to be available to the world, and you're not going to have to hide who you are. Eventually, it'll be accepted to be the 144. Ultimately, that is what I believe. But so if you're like really drawn to something, it's usually like an artifact, a story, a sermon, a song, something just like sucks you in there and you can't get out. You just go down a tunnel of learning. I'm not saying you have to agree with everything you read, because I went on and on all different religions, just reading about why people think that, why they're connected to it, just wanting to know why. The question why came to you more than most kids or adults even. Your imagination never went away when you became an adult. You still have the capacity to think like a child and imagine like they do, especially if you're on the more creative side of the 144,000. There's going to be different bits and bobs of the chosen. There's intellects, people who will be saving on mass scales, like solving serious shit. Crises like how do we grow food in high temperatures and no water, curing diseases. Then you're going to have people that are artistic and create movements, whether it be art, music festivals or whatever, that brings people back together after a great divide, or tells the story. Like, one of the greatest reasons why I like the band CCR, they are literally the voice of the Vietnam War, and I'm using them as a reference. They are a locked in frame of time No matter when you listen to it, it's always going to be associated to that time. So the 144 will be associating with certain times like that, be known for certain eras, but they're meant to, like the Renaissance period. That was a whole movement of artists and musicians and actors and actresses, and they created a whole different form of expression through all different platforms. So the creatives will be doing that, right down to writers who write books and TV shows, teaching and life coaching through stories. Then you have teachers, spiritual teachers, healers, that go out one-on-one and preach to the people and bring back hope. All faiths. This is the misconception of the 144, that we are all of one mind and that we will all be on the same mission. No. I believe we all have individual missions and cliques, if you will. Which those cliques I call soul tribes. Circles or groups, clusters of the 144 in certain areas and certain arenas spread across the world to do what they got to do. They're not all going to be together because that makes the 144 a target. And as much as we have a purpose, evil also has a purpose. I've said it a million times. I walk between both worlds, and both have roles and parts to play here, and you have to respect both. It doesn't make you less loyal to what you believe in to accept the fact that light can't exist without dark, and dark can't exist without light. You coexist, always. That's how it goes. As much as 144,000 good people exist, 144 really shitty-ass people exist that are going to be fighting against those 144 so that they don't complete their missions. Some people will fail. Some people will die before they're able to do it. Not every 144 lives to the potential of what they were set here to do because of the other side. Does it all make sense one day, I promise. Just remember, you heard it here first. Anyway, are you an old soul? Do you see like past lives or have past life experience? Are you a psychic medium? Do you experience empath-like things or deja vu a lot? Are your instincts spot on? Even before things happen, it's like you can feel it about to happen. You're one of the chosen. I just think one of the chosen means you're not exactly all human. And I get a lot of scoffs and eye rolls. And no, we're not all from the same place, just like there's different planets. I kind of take the story of the movie Prometheus, just the beginning. Remember when the alien came down and he dissolved himself and he put himself into the water to put DNA onto a planet, to find a way to migrate to it and adapt and create a new species. That really did happen on mass levels, and it still continues to happen right here under your government's nose. And everybody will label you as a conspiracy theorist if you go on about it. I'm just saying. Look at this big, beautiful sky. I can't. Let's take a gander. I've never seen it this blue in a long time. Anyway, I like it. Anything I missed? Are you a strong leader? Are you always in the right place at the right time when someone needs help or there's danger around? It's like you just are good under pressure, you're calm. Do you have a unique voice, skill, or talent that sets you apart? When you walk in a room, whether you want to or not, do you draw attention? Do people tell you that your energy is unique? You have good energy, you have good vibes? Do they feel safe and comforted by you? Are you always a compassionate person? Were you a lover as a child? And you are probably one of the chosen. Rare connection to animals as well for some of us. Some of us don't even work with humans as part of the 144. Some of you, your sole purpose here is animals and protecting species or protecting the planet, you know? Sorry. She's trying to get her baby to laugh. Not everybody here speaks English. Anyway, see you soon.